please sign me up to follow interesting videos. Let's get started. Number 5. We've got the ultimate spelunkers, the original Goth kids of the Pleistocene, Homo naledi. Picture this. You're a caver, squeezing yourself through a crevice so tight, they literally named it Superman's crawl. This isn't just a tight squeeze, mind you. We're talking about a 7.5-inch wide vertical chute. It's a claustrophobic nightmare. But you do it for science, or maybe you just lost a bet. Whatever the reason, you drop into a hidden chamber deep underground in South Africa, and in your headlamp's beam, you see bones. A lot of bones. Not animal bones. Hominin bones. Hundreds of them, from at least 15 different individuals, from infants to the elderly. And the weirdest part? They don't look like they fell in by accident or were dragged there by a predator. The entrance is too difficult. They look like they were placed there. Intentionally. The truth is, Homo naledi is one of paleoanthropology's biggest, most frustrating mysteries. It's like evolution put a hominin in a blender on the random setting. They had eerily human-like feet, perfect for long-distance walking, but their shoulders and curved fingers were built for climbing trees, a walker and a climber in one body. And their brains? Tiny. We're talking orange-sized. And yet with these little orange-sized brains, they navigated a treacherous cave system in total darkness to do something we thought was exclusive to big-brain species like us, deliberately disposing of their dead. It's the big, haunting question. Were our little-brained cousins conducting funeral rites? Were they capable of grief, ritual, and symbolic thought long before we thought possible? Of course, scientists love to argue. Maybe they were just chucking bodies down a hole to keep predators away. But the difficulty of access makes that unlikely. It feels like something more. Something meaningful. Or maybe it was just the world's first and most successful escape room that nobody ever escaped. The jury is still out.
Number 4 is the ghost in our machine. The relative you only know exists because they left a weird biological note in your DNA. Think about that one mysterious great uncle nobody in the family has a photo of. Now imagine that's an entire species. Meet the Denisovans. For decades, all we had of these people was a single pinky bone fragment, a couple of giant molars, and a piece of a jawbone found in a Siberian cave. That's it. That's like trying to reconstruct all of World War II based on a single bullet casing. It's impossible. They were literal phantoms in the fossil record. But here's where it gets crazy. Scientists managed to extract ancient DNA from that tiny pinky bone. It was a biological time capsule. And that DNA didn't match Neanderthals or modern humans. It was a whole new branch of the human family tree, a ghost story confirmed by genetics. But the story doesn't stop there. That phantom DNA, it shows up in modern humans, especially in people from Melanesia, Australia, and parts of Southeast Asia. That's right, your ancestors didn't just say hi to the Denisovans. They, got friendly. Real friendly. It's like finding a recipe from a lost civilization written directly into your family's cookbook. And this isn't just a fun fact. Some of those inherited genes are incredibly useful. For instance, a specific Denisovan gene helps modern Tibetans thrive at high altitudes. A ghost from a Siberian cave gave them a superpower. So, if you've ever felt like part of you is a complete mystery, congratulations, you might be carrying a piece of the Denisovan ghost. It's the ultimate excuse for your questionable life choices.
Number 3, we're taking a trip to a tropical island. Not for vacation, but to meet the relative that proves, yes, size really doesn't matter. Say hello to Homo floresiensis, or as the internet lovingly calls them, the Hobbits. Get this, a 3-foot-tall person running around an island of nightmares and wonders, an island with pygmy elephants, giant rats, and flesh-eating 6-foot-tall storks. And let's not forget the Komodo dragons. This isn't a fantasy novel. This was reality on the island of Flores in Indonesia as recently as 50,000 years ago. When scientists first found their skeletons, the immediate thought was that it must be a modern human with a growth disorder. But nope, they found more skeletons, all tiny. This was an entirely new species of human that shattered our understanding of evolution. It's a classic case of island dwarfism, the evolutionary rule that when you trap animals on an island with limited resources, big things tend to get small. But don't let their size fool you. These little guys had brains the size of a grapefruit, and yet they hunted, made sophisticated stone tools, and survived in a hostile environment for tens of thousands of years. They proved that evolution isn't a simple ladder leading to us. It's a crazy, sprawling bush with some very, very short branches. They are a powerful reminder that there's more than one way to be human. Just goes to show, you don't have to be tall to make a big impact on the fossil record. And you thought your short friend was feisty.
Number 2 is the original globetrotters, the ultimate survivors, the species that makes your gap year in Thailand look like a trip to the grocery store. Give it up for Homo erectus. Let's be real, these guys are legends. They were the first of our kin to pack their bags and walk out of Africa around 2 million years ago. Think about that. No maps, no compass, no destination. They just walked into the unknown. They walked to the Middle East, into Europe, all the way to China and Indonesia. They did this without hiking boots or a reusable water bottle. And they didn't just survive, they thrived. Homo erectus was on this planet for nearly 2 million years. Let me put that in perspective. Our species, Homo sapiens, has only been around for about 300,000 years. If the history of Homo erectus was a 200-mile road trip, our entire history would be the last 30 miles of it. These guys saw the rise and fall of ice ages like we see the changing of seasons. They controlled fire, and they invented the first iconic piece of technology, the Acheulean hand axe. This wasn't just a sharp rock. It was a symmetrical, teardrop-shaped, all-purpose tool, the Swiss Army knife of the Stone Age. It showed planning, foresight, and an appreciation for form. They weren't just our ancestors. They were the foundation of global humanity. They were the original trendsetters, proving that the best way to deal with your problems is just to walk away from them. Very, very far away.
Number 1. The most famous, the most slandered, and let's be honest, the most misunderstood member of our extinct family, the Neanderthal. The original victim of a bad PR campaign. Admit it, when you hear the word Neanderthal, you picture a grunting, club-dragging, knuckle-scraping brute, a caveman. Wrong. So wrong. That stereotype came from the very first reconstruction of a Neanderthal skeleton, which happened to belong to an old man suffering from severe arthritis. They drew him stooped and ape-like, and the image stuck for a century. It's like judging all of modern humanity based on a picture of your grandpa trying to get off the couch. The reality? Neanderthals had brains as large as ours, if not larger. They were expert hunters, working in teams to take down mammoths and woolly rhinos. They made complex tools, including the first known synthetic substance, a glue made from birch bark to attach spear points. They cared for their sick and elderly, evidenced by skeletons with healed, debilitating injuries. They likely had some form of language. They made jewelry from eagle talons and shells. They weren't stupid. They were resourceful, tough, and perfectly adapted to surviving brutal ice ages in Europe. And yes, we met them too. The fact that we have their DNA means the line between our species was blurry. We weren't just neighbors. We were family.
So the next time someone calls you a Neanderthal, just say, "Thanks for noticing my large cranial capacity, artistic sensibilities, and robust immune system." Then walk away, because you're far too evolved for that conversation. So there you have it. your long-lost and very dead family. We act all high and mighty, the last human standing, but the truth is, the world used to be a much more diverse and, frankly, more interesting place. We weren't alone. We're just the last branch left on a once very bushy tree. So, which one of these blew your mind the most? And what does it say about us that we're the only ones left? Let me know in the comments.